At Pioneer, we end our days with a very special tradition. So in a moment, I'm going to ask us all to stand up and to join us in two very special songs before we end our night.
Nestled in the heart of Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, found a few miles down Bartonsville Woods Road, sits 180 acres of land given the name Pinemere Camp. Any time of year you'll find a lake, a vast open lawn fittingly referred to as the Green, and bunks with roofs so red they're nearly visible from space. During the summer months, however, you'll find these same elements just slightly different and much more lively. The lake will be filled with inflatable toys, the green will be covered with young children learning to throw a frisbee, and the bunks will have towels and swimsuits draped over their railings. These details and more point to signs of a successful day full of swim lessons, trips down the inflatable aqua glide, or canoeing around the lake for the first time. I have been attending overnight sleepaway camp for many years. The summer leading up to my senior year of high school, though, many of my friends from home were participating in internships and college preparatory courses. I was ridiculed for still attending summer camp, being told that I was wasting my summer and that I needed to focus on preparing for college. Many who have never attended summer camp may feel similarly, and upon even pitching this topic to a friend who falls under this category, the first response I received was, "What's even so deep about camp?" However, I feel as though camp truly was what prepared me for college, and that it really is that deep. Through my time at Pinemere, I've learned how to live away from home for an extended period of time. I know how to coexist and share living spaces with other people my age, and I was taught valuable life lessons. Going to camp has taught me so much not only about myself, but also about how to interact with others. It has provided me with life skills that I would not have gained elsewhere. Thanks to Pinemere, I have fostered connections with people from all over the world. I have lived with and understood people coming from a multitude of backgrounds, gained a strong connection to Israel, and expanded my network before even becoming an adult. Admittedly, camp is most certainly not a formal educational setting. After all, who wants to sit and learn long division over the summer? With that being said, according to Indiana and Forest Acres Camp, there are plenty of things that are educational at camp. While children aren't sitting in a classroom learning, they are definitely still learning life skills during their time. Campers are constantly learning physical, social, and leadership skills throughout their time at camp. However, I do not feel hindered academically in any way because I attended summer camp up until going to college. Admittedly, however, this is only one perspective. That's why I'd like to allow Maya Ringgold, one of my closest friends, to share her story about how her background of going to summer camp has bolstered her college experience thus far.
Growing up at Pioneer has taught me so much about being independent and living with others. From a young age, I learned to do things alone without my parents. I learned to clean up, make my bed, and be responsible for myself. One piece that was really new was learning to advocate for myself. My parents weren't there to ask if I needed anything, so I had to learn to speak up and get what I needed. This has been crucial here at college because no one is here to tell you to ask for help when you need it. You have to seek out assistance, whether it's going to office hours or going to the doctor when you get sick. You also learn to live with people and have a shared space. It's easy to let your own room get messy, but when you're living with 12 other people at camp, you have to be clean and stay organized. There's only so much room in a cabin, which means that you have to contain your own mess. Similarly, in college, you live so closely with your suitemates and roommates. It's important that you stay clean so that everyone can utilize these shared spaces. Camp also teaches you so much about forming relationships and conflict resolution. You grow so close with the people you live with, but of course there are going to be problems, and it is impossible to ignore them. For me, I've learned how to handle conflict. The other night it was late and my suitemates were up and super loud. I accepted that I needed to go talk to them and ask them to quiet down. It can feel intimidating, but respect is crucial and you can't just let conflict continue on. Growing up at camp has enabled me to have a much smoother transition to college because I was familiar with so many of the similar concepts that many people have to experience for the first time. And it has enabled me to succeed as it is easier to accept the change from home life.
Camp undoubtedly helps with managing homesickness, fostering independence, and being able to put yourself out there, especially in this new college setting. Additionally, even gaining a new perspective by being a counselor at camp has allowed me to gain leadership skills that can translate to the real world. Navigating challenges and managing conflict is a crucial part of growing up, and being a camp counselor last summer entirely opened my eyes to what it means to be a leader. Simply put, as my camp director Eitan often says,
As we like to say at Pioneer, we're creating an army of Mensches to release into the world.